Yes, curiosity is very good thing. I always encourage more exploration. Even though the path of knowledge has given some answers, our program has given you a lot of answers. But as you said, there are still some interesting questions that are remaining. Is this grand design? Is this all pre-planned? Is there something more? Is it possible to find something more than the claims of the path of knowledge? Remember, they are simply claims. It is the job of the seeker to verify it, its truth. The path of knowledge gives you the tools to find it. So I always encourage, if it is mysterious, go and find the mystery. Yes, there is infinite potential. So there is infinite knowledge here. There is infinite things to discover. Although we say that it is all illusion and therefore the knowledge of it will be illusory, but that is one point of view, isn't it? That is one philosophy among hundreds of philosophies in this world. Remember that the rest of the 99 philosophies do not agree with non-dualism. It is one among hundreds of viewpoints. It is always encouraged to find more philosophies, to read more books on the fundamental questions. The path of knowledge says, or the Advaita philosophy or non-dual philosophy says that the self cannot be known like an object. But you will find 20 more philosophers of different paths who will tell you that it is an object. And this is how to find it. They do this. It is not that path of knowledge has a monopoly in the field of philosophy. The word path of knowledge is very wide. So all kinds of philosophies come under it. But as you know, traditionally, we focus on non-dualism instead of teaching you all the varieties of philosophies and then coming on the non-dualism. We start with non-dualism. Everything is one. And that is just one style of teaching. That is just one path to explore what is existence. So many people will tell you exactly opposite sometimes. That the experiencer is some kind of illusion produced by the brain and the world is independently true. This is exactly opposite of non-dualism. So go and explore, because if experiencer is being produced, it is an object. It is an experience of some kind and you will get it. So always open-minded curiosity with little bit of skepticism. Skepticism is needed because we should not simply accept every philosophy as the final truth. A seeker does not simply accept, okay, today I was studying non-dualism and it is said like this, everything is one, this is illusion, this is truth. I am that, Brahmasmi, final truth. No, this is final according to the path of knowledge, not according to the rest of philosophies. According to them, something else is final. So a seeker has the choice here. The seeker is free to explore. Even after getting all the answers from the path of knowledge, from this one guru, from this one book, from this one path and one tradition, the seeker is not limited like this. Even after getting all these answers, if there is still a desire to explore, yes, go ahead. Explore all other philosophies, because there are too many. You can categorize them in 2 or 3 categories and then you get an overview of what others are saying. So the seeker is not limited to one point of view. You should go and explore all these categories. I don't even remember all these names. There are hundreds. So what I suggest is that don't try to read the original material initially. Get a book which covers most of the philosophies. That don't pick up the biggest book on some philosophy, because it is a waste of time, isn't it? Get something which gives you an overview of all the philosophies. Then you can choose, okay, this one looks promising, this one is totally stupid, like this. And then you can dive deeper. But I don't memorize all these things, unfortunately, because I'm not a scholar type person. I'm like a seeker kind of person that tell me the truth, show me, and then I forget everything else. The word soup. I have read many books, but I don't remember all those. This is the proper way. The one that satisfies your questions, the path which completely destroys all your questions is your path. That is why there are so many paths. That is why there are so many kinds of seekers. Which one is true? None of them are true. That is the problem, because truth is subjective and arbitrary. So without getting into this kind of debate or prejudgment that this must be true, no, simply explore without any kind of bias in the mind that which is true, which is not, which is good, which is not. There is only one advantage of this, that this will expand the mind completely. This will make you very wise, very intelligent, very broad-minded. It does not matter which one is true. As soon as you expose yourself to the Guru field, you know this is all material that comes from the Guru field. These are the creations of Gurus, great masters. And you will learn something interesting in every philosophy. This is the advantage. So seeker explores. Yes, go ahead, explore. And if you find the answers to the mystery, you can tell others. You can write your own philosophy. Nobody's stopping you. Everybody is free to explore and tell others. This is how we know anything, because people explore and they teach others. Get the overview, see which is interesting, and you will always find something valuable in all the philosophies. But your path is that which solves your answers. Somebody on the path of knowledge is interested in knowing the nature of the self. That is the most important question for them. People on the path of knowledge, they want to know who they are. The rest of the things are unimportant for them. And only this non-dual philosophy solves this question. Other philosophies, they are hitting in the dark about this specific question. But yes, it can happen that the seeker has other important things to know first. What is world? What is this universe? Is it completely pre-planned? Somebody is controlling it. And there are other philosophies that will answer these questions and they will find them more satisfactory. But if your primary goal is to know who you are, then the best is non-dualism. Or sometimes you call it path of knowledge, because in India that is all that is considered knowledge, rest is not considered knowledge. This is simplification. So hopefully that will encourage you to explore other paths. It is possible to do this in philosophy, because philosophy is a very flexible subject. You can interpret anything in any way, and that is good because it cannot be rigid. If something becomes rigid, then there is no possibility of progress or development there. So those who want certain knowledge, like, look, this is true, this is how it is, this is how it will be, they should study the dual philosophy, dualistic, not non-dualistic, dualistic, because the answers are very certain there. What happens in non-dual philosophy is you are left with no questions, but you are left with no answer also. You become agnostic. The non-dual philosophies also say that the knowledge is not possible. But the dualistic philosophy says knowledge is possible, this is the knowledge. So sometimes people prefer that because it is more certain, isn't it? A non-dual does not give you anything. And dual gives you everything, whatever you want. It can give you more than what you are right now. It can make you more. It is progressive, isn't it? But non-dual does not give anything. It takes away everything. And then it says, you are everything. Then it says, everything is empty. So the seeker is left with usually very confused mind. And that is why we say this Advaita philosophy is not for everybody. It is very clearly said in your program, this is not for everybody. I mean, you can drop the word everybody. It is not for even special seekers. You can assume like this, there are 100 seekers in the world, 10 prefer non-dual philosophies. I am saying out of 10, 9 are not suitable for whatever we are teaching. Only one in 100. This is a rough example. The actual figures are 1 in million, 10 million. Why is that? It is very difficult to grasp. Although it is so simple that you can say it in one word, one sentence. But that becomes very difficult because simplicity is not accepted by a complicated mind. And many seekers, they have a very complex mind, very intellectual. They love complexity. Draw the table and draw the diagram and make the equations, and yes, 2000 concepts are there. They memorize everything, who said what. That is what they call knowledge. I say there is nothing to know. It is all empty. It is all one. Nobody likes this. So it is advised that don't come here. Or if you want, you can listen to it, but decide later what do you want. And then many people, they go and study the dual philosophies, and there they find satisfaction. It happens. They do not reject the non-dual, but they say it is too much for me and it leaves me nowhere. My goals are somewhat different. They say like this. I did not want all these things. Is it true or not? Guru says. Probably you are saying true. Whatever you are saying is true. My logic says yes, whatever you are saying is true. This is the final truth. But I don't want this. They say like this. It is unacceptable. So what will you do with the philosophy which tells you the truth but you don't want it? What will you do with it? That is why there are no practices, no prescriptions, nothing. So yes, some of the philosophies, they complement each other. Like I have seen one thing, and idealism is very much in line with non-dualism. They complete each other. However, idealism independently is very boring. And there are more things like this. Like the tantric philosophies, they resonate very nicely with Vedic philosophies. They never say that, no, there is not one. Tantric will never say like this. But tantrics will say, I'm interested in that which is appearing. That is more important. That is more interesting for me. All the fun is there in illusion. And the non-dual person says, yes, a lot of fun is there in the illusion. It is a play. So why not? So like this, you can say they are complementary. Although complementary is not the right word here. But they go together. They dance together. However, there are some philosophies which are like opponents of each other. They oppose the views. Completely opposite. So on, you see. So on. And if anybody is interested, they should learn an overview of all the points of views in the world, because it is a human creation. Philosophy is a creation of humans. It is not perfect. Every philosophy will have some good points, and every philosophy will have some kind of disadvantage. You can draw a table like this. Intellectual people love these kind of things. Comparative study, and PhDs will be awarded to you. I'm not joking. If you can do like this, because it is very rare. It is very rare to do this kind of studies. Highly intellectual people, very studious people, they do it. The parallels between Mahayana Buddhism and whatever you say. Then PhD is guaranteed. Remember, seekers are very few in this world. Philosophers are the rarest kind of creature. And those who study all these things, they are very rare. 1 in 10 millions. So a PhD is guaranteed, yes. However, if you are not simply an academic student, you are a real seeker, then you won't bother about these things. You will go directly to that which is your life goal. a seeker or a spiritual person is the correct word, is very practical. This was said in this book in this year 2000 BC by this unknown fellow. He does not care, he or she. He knows what is his life goal. This is spiritual stuff. I want this. Gets it. Done. So I am that kind of person. I know what I want. I found suitable path. I got it. End of the story. But I know, yes, others do not have this kind of goal. Others have a scattered mind. They don't know what they want really. So for them, the good option is to explore. Keep exploring till you know what I want. And if dualism is all you want, and do not care what is true, what is not. Do not give more importance to whether knowledge is possible or not. These things are useless. Get what you want, and then your life is solved. It is a successful life. Your pre-allocation is completed. You progress spiritually. This is called practical spirituality. Instead of studying each and every book in the world and debating on who is right, who is wrong, that is stupid, very stupid. It is all human creation. There will be good and bad things in every path. So I told you what is bad in non-dual path or the path of knowledge. Non-dual path of knowledge. It is not for everybody. This is probably the highest disadvantage of this path. It is not very attractive to everybody. That's why you can see only 2 or 3 people in our program. Half of them will disappear. They cannot understand. Many of them will leave it because it was not their life goal. They simply came here to explore. What is that? What is this thing? And they will go away. Still, if I can guide one person in my whole life, it will be considered success. Because probably there is only one person who wants this. And that also from me. It looks like total waste of effort, but it is worth doing. You can see in ancient times, and the guru did not have 100,000 seekers, students. 3 or 4, 10, 20, like this. Somehow things have changed here now. The real guru is the one who has 1 million followers. Otherwise, he is not a real guru. This is how it has become. But in the spiritual field, it is always like this. One person teaches 1 or 2 people in their whole lifetime. This is how rare spirituality is. Anyway, it is all good. So whatever attracts you most, whatever fulfills your life goal is recommended. Do not try to see who is doing what, which guru is teaching what. Try to know what you want. Otherwise, the life will be wasted. In the sea of books, words, they are words. Philosophies are words.